So we have a few advancements in the news about AFL Evolution. In the background, you'll see some catches, win matches, gameplay, a team that I created that you can be in on Bradman Cricket. You just have to join in a stream that says in the title, catches, win matches. We had one last night. We made a bunch of players of you guys. We had a game, and we're going to be continuing that somewhere down the road. Anyway, let's get into it. This was broken by Wicked Witch. Firstly, a bunch of Instagram accounts which I'm actually using for this one. Home of AFL Vines, I'm using that post, so go and check him out, just a bit of credit. And I believe Twisty made a video on it. Just to clear up a thing from, I think, 2 videos ago, I mentioned that I was using the Dustin Martin screenshot. I mentioned Twisty as a source, but, you know, some people didn't really like that, but it's all been cleared up, so just sorry, I guess, and let's just get right into it. So they've announced a few new features and what the career mode and be a pro mode is actually going to be like. So they've confirmed you can start your career mode as an existing player, which would obviously be a pro mode, and you could, for example, play through the rest of Gary Ablett's career, like I've mentioned before, or you can create your new career to rise through the under-18s to the VFL and into the draft, which is exactly what I was hoping for. So that was another thing that I mentioned, that you could go up into the draft, hopefully, which is awesome, that you have the option, I guess, to start with an existing player with already a pretty good career, or create your own, go through the ranks. Now, you will be receiving trade offers. You might even get dropped, which would be pretty interesting, so your form does matter, and a bunch of different things. So it will be a career mode inside AFL. Now let's hope the budget lets them actually do something good with this, and it's not just like kind of shitty, kind of like the NBA 2K on PS3, that career mode, you know. Anyway, I'm really excited for this. As I've said many times, I am excited to see what they can do. Hopefully they can pull something off that will be very good. Now, we can also receive contract offers, which will be pretty good. There will also be online play, as always, in pretty much every game these days, so you can play against your mates, you can have a little tournament, or you can, you know, just play with a random person from around Australia, or even in the world. Probably not in the world, though. Also, the Fan Hub has officially been announced that it will include teams, players, hopefully jerseys. I didn't quite hear about that, but hopefully. And yeah, the Fan Hub should be awesome. As I've said before, I'm saying this a lot, to keep everything up to date. So maybe in 2 seasons, if AFL Evolution does go well, we'll have a new AFL game every 2 seasons. But the AFL and all that are really pushing this, promoting it, which is awesome. Hopefully they'll get a bunch of promotion in the Women's League as well, and in at the start of the season, all the shows and all that, which will be cool. Hopefully some people can get involved. So yeah, the Fan Hub, if there's not another AFL game in 2 to 3 years, people can create the new lists, create the new players. So let's just say there's someone called Barry Goldilocks. If Barry Goldilocks plays for Carlton in 2 years, someone can create Barry Goldilocks and all the new players from that season's draft, or you know, put even new VFL teams, new VFL lists. People can do that, and we will be able to have the game up to date every single year. Now, the commentators have also been confirmed. It is Dennis Cometti. He'll be leading the way throughout the whole commentary, and Matthew Richardson will join in for a bit of the commentary, and obviously the special features, I guess, maybe the injuries, the weather, God knows, kind of like, you know, I'm expecting it to be like what he does on Channel 7. So, it will be released in the first half of 2017, as mentioned, which I'm really excited for. tell me what you're most excited for. I'm probably most excited for the career and starting up a career with possibly me. I will be bringing a bunch more news about AFL Evolution to the channel whenever it gets released. They say that a gameplay trailer won't probably be out until next year, which I'm fine with, but they said they're going to try and drop a bit more news, which will be really good. It's really good that Wicked Witch are, giving us a bit of a peek inside, you know what I mean, telling us what will be happening, but we don't know too much. They're telling us what it is, but, we can't trust them, because we know what happened with AFL Live 2. AFL Live 1 was a pretty good game. AFL Live 2 kind of flopped. I didn't like it. I got it back maybe earlier this year. I played it for a little bit, had a tournament with a few people. I liked it then, but before that, I wasn't into it. It was probably just because I was missing playing AFL games. Obviously, the best AFL game, AFL Live 2004. Represent, boys. So yeah, I will be looking for any new news, and hopefully we get a bit more news, maybe even today, tomorrow, in the next week, on Christmas. They might even drop something on Boxing Day. That would be pretty interesting. One thing I'd be wishing for is to be able to coach a team, like run through a season with the team and manage them and not have to have a player in there. That would be pretty good in my opinion. But at the moment there's no signs of it. Just looks like you can be an existing player and you can create your own player. Obviously the main feature people would be excited for is to create your own player and go up through the ranks, but I think I'll do both. I think I'll put both out on the channel, so I might do like Dustin Martin, or maybe I don't know, like an older player, like as I mentioned before, Gary Ablett ending up his career. I think that'd be fun to do. Luke Hodge, Sam Mitchell, a bunch of players like that. I think it would be pretty interesting to run out the rest of their career, especially Sam Mitchell actually over at West Coast. So I was just editing this video and I thought of something amazing. So I mentioned Sam Mitchell before, but what if once you'll finish your career, because Sam Mitchell is only going to realistically play for maybe 2 more seasons, that's just a rough estimate, I forgot how many years he signed on for, but obviously he was going for a coaching role as well. What if after that you could become a coach, kind of like on the old FIFA mode where you could play us on, and then after you retire you could go for a managerial role, something like that. But as they do in real life in footy, some people go into coaching. That could be pretty cool, I reckon. I would be really excited to see that if you could in your career and go into coaching. But obviously I'd like a coach mode where you create your own coach and you coach your team to victory, and obviously you'd play as your team. That would be really cool. There's just there's endless possibilities to what they could do here. I'm just praying they get the gameplay right and they get the feeling of the career mode right before I go into anything massive. Obviously, since it's Australia only, unlike DBC for example, that's mainly focused in Australia, but it's been released in a bunch of different countries around the world because it is an international sport. Whereas AFL football is not an international sport, it is Australia only. There are a few nations out there which occasionally play, like just a little bit, maybe Papua New Guinea or something I've heard. They play a little bit, but obviously it's mainly Australia. So they might not have the budget to do everything I'm hoping for, everything we're all hoping for, but who knows. Now also they've mentioned the VFL, that you can go up and play in the VFL, which is quite interesting. They haven't mentioned anything about the kneeful, the sandful, the freaking waffle. They haven't mentioned anything about the rest of the state leagues, which, okay, maybe it's mainly Victoria based. Maybe you can start off as a Victorian, play in the TAC, and then make your way up to maybe VFL before getting drafted. Maybe if you're not doing that well, you can get drafted in the rookie draft. That could be something interesting. You could hear them calling out all the names, maybe a shot of your player just waiting, like, nervously, or obviously you'd mainly be picked in the actual draft the main draft, because I don't think anyone would fail that bad to get into the rookie draft. But it could be something interesting to see. Maybe you have a cousin who's around your age, or after your first season you have like a cousin or a brother who is playing footy but he's struggling to get to the heights you were in those young years, and maybe there's a shot of you and your family and he gets picked in the rookie draft and you're also relieved, and then you could play against your brother. I don't know. I'm just going into so much stupid detail. I just wanted to make something up about the rookie draft. So that's just a way, if they wanted to put the rookie draft in, they could implement it into the career mode. Obviously, I'm not expecting anything like the NBA career mode, for example, that they've been releasing since like NBA 2K14. They've been doing that for years now. I'm expecting them to start small, but then after evolution, maybe have, I don't know, a bigger game, a better game. Maybe even we can get Big Ant involved. I know Big Ant seemed pretty keen about getting in there, getting involved with AFL games. On Twitter they say, of course we can make a good AFL game. Of course we can do this. And they retweet tweets that are like, give Big Ant an AFL game. So maybe, I don't know, we could get, I don't know, Big Ant could get involved somehow. Big Ant have had great success lately with DBC 17 being released, and also the Big Bash 2016 game, which was released on the phones. So, on the iPads, phones, iPods, whatever. So I believe my content has gotten a lot better lately since I've started putting gameplay in every video. So yeah, sorry I went on a massive rant here, just talking about the possibilities. I'm going to be doing this a lot whenever there's new news. I'm going to be thinking about all the possibilities, giving you full discussion, because I want a massive discussion. And obviously when AFL Evolution is released next year, I'm going to be grinding that shit out every single day. Alright, so I hope you all have enjoyed. If you have, please smack the like button and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Peace. Alright, so I just want to narrate over this DT over. Now, he got 4 wickets in this over, but only 2 are visible. He knocks out the stump in the first one. This is me playing, but it's DT's character and catches win matches. He got 4 wickets. Now, that's crazy. He got a hat-trick. So, not all of it is in here as the freaking footage cut out, of course, but I should have taken a picture actually and put it in. 4 wickets in 1 over. Now, he did get a hat-trick. So, as you can see here, I think this is the first ball of the hat-trick. Oh, no, it's not. I think the next one is the first ball in the hat trick, if it even shows. But yeah, pretty crazy. Hopefully you all have enjoyed this video. As I've said before, if anyone's even watching this, and here you go, here is the catch. That's the start of the hat trick, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.